Hold your breath. Make a wish. Count to 3.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free. If you truly wish to be. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to change the world. There's nothing to it.
Can you hear me?
No! Cratchit! The other button! No! Cratchit! Pull yourself together!
Can you hear me now, Scrooge?
Yes, we can. I think we
Can you
can.
hear me now? Like the commercial. Can you hear me?
Enough! Okay, listen up, everyone. Here's the quarterly report from yours truly, Chairman Scrooge. Well, it's been another miserable quarter. Where do I begin? Let's see. October 2020 was the coldest October on record. This might have contributed to our poor turnout of just 2 scouts at our last camp out, Camp Humbug. Kind of embarrassing, my own son didn't go. He said he was waiting for AAA. But he's 14, so I don't know what that was all about. Let's see, what else? What else could there possibly be to report on? Oh yeah! There's a global pandemic. We call it COVID-19. Perhaps you've heard of it. Golly geez, it's made scouting a real hoot.
Scrooge, it hasn't been all bad. We just have to keep adapting. I actually have a great story for you. So just the other day, our link troops were doing this knot tying contest, but of course, we were on Zoom. So the screen perspective was reversed with the cameras, and I said, hey, I can't tell if you're doing a reverse vertical double half hitch knot.
Agenda!
What?
Agenda! As in knots are not on the agenda. Look, Cratchit, your little string stories are great, but things aren't just tied up as nicely as you might think they are. For example, new membership coordinator, report.
Mr. Scrooge and Scoutmaster Cratchit. I'm pleased to report that the rate of our new members joining our linked troops is steady and stable for the 7th month in a row.
See, Scrooge, that's some good news for...
No one.
Pardon me?
No one has joined our troops for 7 straight months, and our forecast predicts continued stability in this area for the foreseeable future until folks start getting vaccinated, which I have it on good authority will be in a couple of weeks.
Couple weeks, humbug.
Although I might be wrong.
Of course you're wrong. It's going to be months before we have a vaccine being distributed.
No, not about that. I forgot. I did get a call from Cub Scout Den Leader in Pack 22. They have 6 scouts working on their Arrow of Light and would like to visit us to see what our troop is like.
That's great. Could you please let them know we'll see them in a couple of years?
Come on, Scrooge. Look, I'll speak to the senior patrol leader to see if we can't get something fun pulled together over a virtual meeting where our older scouts can show the Cub Scouts what Scouts BSA is all about, the youth aspect.
Fine. Where's our treasurer? Treasury Report.
Well, we have had some very good fortune shine down upon us. It turns out that the absence of revenue from the lack of membership dues and our canceled door-to-door fundraiser has been offset by the lack of in-person programming, including postponed camping and deferred equipment purchases. So, technically, we are doing pretty good financially, or rather, we aren't doing bad.
Is that like a treasurer joke? Is there such a thing as a treasurer's joke?
You know, though, our ability to deliver a program through free or low-cost online tools has been pretty amazing. 10 years ago, video conferences were expensive to conduct with a lot less reliability than there is today. Now, just for about 50 cents a day or $15 a month, we can get 100 people on a video meeting for as long as we want. And we can even record it for others to see later. That's pretty incredible. And those breakout rooms, they're pretty cool. You can divide your patrols for specific discussions and then pull them right back into the general troop meeting.
Well, there you have it, Cratchit. Here we are, Troop 19, COVID-19. And we are pouring our time into a program going nowhere because all we are to kids is just another Zoom meeting.
Hey now, Scrooge you. I mean, that came out pretty funny. I mean, Scrooge, you are seeing it all wrong. Sure, our membership is down. Yes, maybe only half the scouts are joining in our Zoom meeting events each week. But even though it seems like just a fraction of the program that we're used to delivering, you have to consider what we are offering these kids. These kids who can't hang out with their pals like they used to, like going to the mall, playing sports, visiting with people from other households. Scouts might not look like much compared to our program before COVID, but it's more important than ever to these kids when you look at all those things that are canceled.
Okay, well, that was a beautiful story, Cratchit. Mine is called WWMD. What would Marley do?
Scrooge, look, Marley was just a good committee chair in a lot of ways, but he was too set in the good old days and struggled to grow with the program. Why, he even called himself a scouting originalist.
An originalist? What the BP does that mean?
Well, he said everything you really need to run a good program was figured out in 1910. Marley was really dedicated as a committee chair, but he would really have struggled with how to adapt the program during COVID-19.
Adapt? Adapt? He would have adapted, but in a practical way. He would have seen our struggles for what they are, and he would have said, that isn't scouting, sitting in on a Zoom call doing another Kahoot or Jeopardy Patrol Edition. He would have said, let's take a break. Let's wait out the COVID storm. And Marley would have been right. In fact, I'm asking this committee to consider pausing our troop activities for the next 6 months or so.
What?
Pausing for the next 6 months so that we can get our act together.
Scrooge, are you there? Can anyone hear him?
Hello? Can anyone hear me?
I hear you, Scrooge. Oh, do I hear you?
Marley, is that you? What are you doing here? This is remarkable. You passed away months ago.
No, I didn't die. My son just aged out. And no one ever took me off the troop distribution list.
I was told that you died.
Well, sometimes the committee embellishes things a little to help draw in new volunteers, like that only 1 hour a week line.
Well, Marley, it's good to hear you're alive. But where are we? And what on earth is the deal with all those chains on you?
It's called a breakout room. And chains? These aren't chains. This is handset cable.
Handset cable?
Yeah, a lot of families these days have their fancy cordless phones and even those lavish cell phones. Not me, old sport. I like my circa 1984 wall-mounted trim-line corded handset duo-tone telephone. And where do you put your snappy trim line? That's right, in the kitchen, the loudest room in the house with the least seating to boot. And I love it. Standing up right against the wall, shouting over top of all the clanking dishes, it just comes with a lot of this dang handset cable that tangles all around you. Anyway, none of that's important right now. What's important is that you're about to make a big mistake, putting the troop on hold. Even though I stick to the old ways, this is a time when we just have to adapt or lose scouting.
Marley, how could you say that? You of all people know the value of the traditional scouting program.
I thought I did, but I was wrong. For example, I was certain that girls were going to be the end of Boy Scouts.
Well, technically it was. We're now Scouts BSA.
My point is that I was wrong. Girls fit right in as if they should have been here from the very beginning. Sure, sometimes the Scoutmasters bicker between the linked troops. Who has the first aid kit? What happened to tent number 13? But in the big scheme of things, that change was good. But that was a change we were able to choose. Nobody made a choice about this COVID thing showing up. But it's here, whether we like it or not. And the kids depend on us to put the structure in place so they can still run a youth-led program, even if it doesn't match our traditional view of scouting.
Humbug! You changed, Marley.
That's exactly right, Scrooge. Listen, Scrooge, this is important. Before your Zoom meeting is done, you will be visited by 3 magical unit commissioners who will show you the value of scouting to kids and what the world would look like without it.
That's ludicrous. Most of the commissioners I met couldn't show me the way out of a paper bag.
Well, then show them the troop.
The troop? The troop? They can't handle the troop. Marley? Marley? Are you there, Marley? Marley!
Can you hear me? Are you there? Can you hear me, Scrooge?
Who are you and where are we?
I'm the Commissioner of Scouting's Past, and this is my glorious Zoom breakout room. A fitting den for an old bear like me. Oh, I used to be a bear.
Oh, no. Yeah, see here, Commissioner. I have a Zoom meeting with my troop committee I need to be getting to. So, if you
Look here, Scrooge. I mean, literally, look here.
Oh, my. That's me. Isn't it? That's me. Look how young I am.
Do you remember this occasion?
No, it can't be. It can't be. That was the Court of Honor for my first class scout. That was the greatest day of my childhood.
Really? Not your Eagle Board of Review? Not your Eagle Court of Honor?
No, it was the day I was awarded first class. That was the day I knew I had what it took to make it to Eagle.
Interesting.
You know, my home life, it wasn't so great. I was just a boy, but when I was with the troop, that was different. I was becoming a man, a young man. But first class, I worked so hard. It was the knots. I wasn't a natural with knots. I had to practice over and over again until I got them right. My mom made me play piano, and Dad was all about football. But Scouts was special. That was for me. I had forgotten that feeling.
You know, it's time to get going, Scrooge.
Wait, just one more minute. One more minute.
Unfortunately, there's not a minute to spare. Time is fleeting, Scrooge, and there is much to see.
Where did I go? The young me, bring me back.
I did bring you back, Scrooge, back to the present. I'm the Commissioner of Scouting present.
Oh, fantastic. What did I forget? To date my signature? Did I do something wrong again? I told you. That was my doctor's signature on Form C of the BSA Health Form. Dr. I.P. Freely. Why can't you believe that?
What? Dr. IP? Now, Scrooge, don't be a grumpy committee chair. Yes, sometimes we commissioners have work for you to do, but we're here to help you as a friend of the unit. Commissioners are like a coach, and there must be something really on your mind to find yourself in my breakout room. Okay, out with it, Scrooge.
Well, this COVID-19 thing is causing problems in our troop. We barely ever meet in person. If we do, it's in small groups where we're masked up and distanced from one another. We tried some camping, but the turnout was so low, and there were a lot of things we used to be able to do that we couldn't do anymore, like putting 2 to 7 scouts in a tent. I'm worried that we're going to disappoint the boys and girls, and our link troop, I really don't want to disappoint the girls. They are still all kind of new to this.
Well, you know what you're doing right now is the first step to improving any situation you find your troop facing. Whether it's low volunteer support or lagging scout attendance, or even something serious like the impact on the virus. That step is reaching out to your unit commissioner for help. Do you know how much training someone gets in order to serve effectively as a commissioner? Not only do many of us regularly attend University of Scouting and take ongoing field training like Wood Badge and Leave No Trace, but we even attend our own special colleges once a year to do both refresher and deepening training. We do all that for you, so when you need help, ask. We're all hoping and waiting to hear from you.
Should have done that. Reach out. It's the least I could do for the scouts.
Speaking of, here comes a few scouts now. Let's watch.
Well, here are 2 fabulous scouts from our link troop. Tina, Tim?
Hello, Miss Cratchit.
Hello, Miss Cratchit.
ASM Kirch and I would like to congratulate you both on achieving Life Scout on the same day even. It must be so fun to go through Scouts with your twin, Tina and Tim.
It's the best, Miss Cratchit.
Yeah, we love it.
Way to go, Scouts!
They can't hear or see us, Scrooge. We're in admin mode.
I'm sorry that some of what we normally do has been interrupted by this horrible virus, Tina and Tim.
We want to get back to the way it used to be.
But we're thankful that we have something versus nothing at all.
A little bit of Scouts is a whole lot better than no Scouts at all.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we owe a debt of gratitude to Mr. Scrooge. He's been working very hard with our chartered organization and with our unit commissioner in order to guide us through safe scouting. It isn't easy. How do we minimize risk while still finding ways to practice scouting? Mr. Scrooge brings it all together.
We are lucky to have Mr. Scrooge helping the troop.
When we earn Eagle, he must come to our court of honor.
I think that'd be fabulous, Tina and Tim. One day in the very near
what? Commissioner, the very near what? Commissioner, the very near
future. The very near future.
I knew you were coming.
I am the Commissioner of Scouting's future. The future is always near, but it never arrives. I leave that to the Commissioner of Scouting present.
I can hardly see in your break room. It's pretty dark.
The future can only illuminate a chosen path. Would you like the future that emerges from your recommendation to the troop committee? Your recommendation to pause the troop?
I'm not sure if that recommendation still is the right thing to do. I've forgotten that even little things we can do mean a lot to the scouts.
Let's look at the future where scouting is put on hold, as you were suggesting to the troop committee.
It's not fair, it's not fair. I did everything I was supposed to earn my Arrow of Light, and it's time for me to join a troop. I've earned that privilege.
I'm sorry. The committee chair who operates the troop decided that now is not a good time for scouting.
Why can't we just meet outdoors with safe distancing, or why can't we meet virtually?
Well, it's complicated.
No, it isn't, Dad. It isn't complicated. It's lame. It's just giving up. Is that what I work so hard for? To learn just to give up when things get tough? To just walk away when life isn't easy? Fine, Scouts is dumb. I'm sorry I wasted my time on it.
What? No, wait. It's just a break. An intermission. A minor technical difficulty.
Too late, Scrooge. Younger Scouts in particular want an ongoing program. They don't have the distractions that the older Scouts have of a job or college prep work or dating. Their activities are a significant part of their lives. You lost that Scout.
No! No, no, no! We can win them back! That's the worst thing I've ever seen in Scouts!
Oh, it's not the worst. Look.
Who are they? What is this?
You don't recognize Scouts from your own linked troops?
Who are they? Tell me!
Today would have been their Eagle Court of Honor, but you decided to take a break during the pandemic, so they became victims of the virus too.
My decision didn't give them coronavirus. You can't put that on me.
They didn't actually get the virus, Scrooge. They were victims because they lost hope. They lost direction, not just to Scouts, but even to one another.
Tina, Tim? Tina, Tim!
Now, Scrooge, you know they can't hear you.
What happened to them?
Scouts was one of their special thing, helping them through everything bad that was going on in their lives. It also kept them close to one another. They would cheer each other on in Scouts, but when the troop went on hiatus, they simply became a little less cheerful each day. Their parents, trying to rekindle their missing joy, bought them a video game system, Scrooge. And there, with controllers in their hands and a dead stare in their eyes, they traded Scouts for the mind-numbing repetitiveness of hours and hours of video games. Their Scout souls were lost.
But I was only going to pause the troop. What happened? Why didn't we start it up again?
Well, you did. In fact, you didn't even take as long as a break as you had intended to.
Well, then why didn't they come back? Why didn't they come back and become Eagle Scouts? This was so important to Tina, Tim.
Because when the troop took a break, they felt like Scouting gave up on them. Then, slowly, day by day, Scrooge, they just gave up on Scouting.
You can't do that to them. You can't do that to them.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't do anything to them, Scrooge. I'm merely the commissioner of Scouting's future. You did it to them. You are the leader of the troop structure and volunteer coordination, and you had lots of council resources, including your unit commissioner and member of the district commissioner's team to help you remain a vigorous program. But as of this time, you've never asked for help.
Well, I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. Please help me. Help! Help!
Yeah, okay. Well, okay. Let's keep the troop going then. Things aren't perfect during COVID, of course, but the Scouts need this. I'm available all Wednesday evening. Perhaps you can set up a meeting with our unit commissioner.
Wait, so we never stopped the troop?
No. Not unless you did in the 15 seconds between recommending stopping the troop and shrieking, help, help, help! Yeah, so we probably should wrap this meeting up.
Seriously, though, we never stopped? Let's never stop the program. Let's keep it going. Yes, let's keep it going. No more talk about pausing the troop. Whose idea was that? Well, Scouting never stops.
Tina, Tim, congratulations on earning the rank of Eagle Scout. You must be very proud.
We couldn't have done it without you, Scoutmaster.
Especially when things were tough during COVID.
That reminds us, have you seen Mr. Scrooge?
He's right over there.
Mr. Scrooge.
Hello, Tina Tim. What a magnificent day to celebrate this momentous occasion. Congratulations to both of you.
We wanted to give you a special thanks, Mr. Scrooge.
During the pandemic, we know that you were always looking out for us and keeping our troop active while being safe.
You have no idea how much that means to us.
Well, you have no idea how blessed I am to be a part of your scout journey.
God bless all of us.
And Scout on!
Scout on.
Scout on.
Scout on!
Scout on! Okay, try that again. Scout on!
Scout on!
Scout on!
Again?
You look like you're punching somebody.
No.
Do this.
Scout on!
Scout on!
Scout on!
Scout on! And scout on!
Scout on!
Wonder Twin Powers, Scout on! Scout on!
Thanks, Scout leaders. Scout on!
Thanks, Scout leaders, and Scout on!
Scout on.
When you do the credits, make sure you say live from Walt Disney World.
Makeup. Okay.
Mark.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Makeup. Poof. I'm not a miracle worker, Jim.
Makeup. I'll make sure my hair sticks out a little bit here.
Sure.
Excellent. Awesome.
You need to cut scene.
Can we do it one more time?
Okay, I'm not doing that again because I'm in a hotel.
You're still on mute. Can everyone hear my crunchy apple? Or maybe you guys lost me.
No, I can hear you fine.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I'm not really sure where they are, to be honest.
Suit up, you're going on the field.
Awesome.
Do you notice they repainted the castle? It's a different color right now.
I was gonna ask that actually.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that. I have right here my production assistant.
Oh!
But you see, it's got white, so anywhere there's white now it shows up as the universe. Yeah, I have the whole universe in the next room.
That's weird.
They do say that all the time to me. So I'm in the middle of video and you're fighting? Yeah. Go to bed now. I am videotaping. You better be quiet. You better get your butt to bed now.
Which would you prefer?
That is a great question.
Kurt, get on that.
Should I put my geeky headphones on?
Wait, what? Where do I find normal background?
Called none.
Are we doing this now?
Maybe? My walls are kind of filled.
I once made a green and red striped duct tape patch.
I just feel bad I don't have my uniform.
And you kind of go like this.
I'll just keep adding more to that one line.
All right. Help! Help!
I don't think I can top that performance.
Yeah.
Do it!
Scout on. A little too wide.
This is your.
Scout on. Oh, you talked over me.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say it's your own personal shot. So however you want to do it.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
go kick some butts now.
No idea how blessed I am to be a part of your local scout journey. Boy, we all messed our lines up, didn't we? Your local scout journey. That word isn't even on the script.
Yeah, Brian, I'm so one with the universe. This happens sometimes.
Practice your Academy Award speech.
Oh, absolutely. I just would like to thank Steven Spielberg. I mean, never thought I'd get to do something like this live from Disney's Vero Beach. Unbelievable. Trip of a lifetime. And Scrooge, Kurt, I don't know. I just don't know. I got no words for you guys. Scout on.
Because that's the last line in the play.